Do you have the same question in mind that why should you buy a Royal Enfield Classic? I am going to answer this from my experience with Royal Enfield so far. I have extensively ridden Royal Enfield Classic 350 and have some experience riding Classic 500 as well. In my opinion, owning a Royal Enfield is more about the experience. When you buy Royal Enfield, you are not buying merely a motorcycle, you are buying into an experience. So it would be better to make a buying decision regarding Royal Enfield by evaluating whether you would be someone who would love experience that a Royal Enfield Classic offers. As with almost all people who love Royal Enfield, I cannot really put a finger on what makes us love this motorcycle the most, but I will try to summarize the experience that Royal Enfield Classic bikes can offer. One for all for one. Until some time ago, the Royal Enfield used to be an acquired taste, but with the advent of new features like electric start, the Royal Enfield is not far off thought. Everyone can ride Royal Enfield now. The process of riding a Royal Enfield has become much easier thanks to the new technology. Road presence. The road presence is simply astounding. No, we are not kidding. The resounding thump from Indori bottle exhaust tailpipe on an empty road during a lazy morning makes up for a picturesque dream for an Royal Enfield enthusiast. No matter which model you go for, a Royal Enfield will always attract attention. Retro look. Yes, a Royal Enfield gets that old world charm with the retro style look and a thumpy single cylinder motor to boot. With its curvaceous nature, chrome fitting, hand painted fuel tank, the Royal Enfield is in every sense of the word retro. The torque love. It can almost feel the approval of a Royal Enfield enthusiast on the word torque. Yes, the Royal Enfield motorcycles have a decent amount of low and high end torque to conquer almost every terrain, except sand. Maybe. Stability. Of course, the Royal Enfield is one of the most planted motorcycles around. No amount of wind speed hitting a Royal Enfield rider enough to sway it around. Considering almost every Royal Enfield weighs it at above 190 kilos with the rider weighing at an average 78 kilos, the motorcycles stay planted on the road easily. Ride quality. The Royal Enfield is easier to ride, and with leather bound seats, the motorcycles is sometimes a sofa on wheels, provided you don't go all Rossi. It is no wonder that the Cruiser is one of the most sought after motorcycles in the world. Couple that with low end torque, which means changing gears not very often, which equals to happy rider and pillion. कितना देती है भाई? Yeah, one of the bigger questions that every new buyer of the Retro Cruiser has is the fuel efficiency. Surprisingly, even though the motorcycles have larger engines of 350cc and 500cc, the mileage for the most of the vehicles is around 35 km per liter. Unless the motorcycle has not been maintained properly, a 35-40 km is normal fuel efficiency figure. Built like a gun. That is actually true. The Royal Enfield boasts of all metal construction with very less number of plastic parts and is capable of withstanding decades of use if the motorcycle is maintained properly. You know, we are not joking when there are Royal Enfield motorcycles on sale today which are at least 10 to 15 year old and still runs to this day. Customizations galore. Almost every Royal Enfield which is operating on the roads today, there is a sizable chunk of them which has had customizations on it. Whether it be a full-fledged cruiser with double-sided panniers, windshields, auxiliary headlamps, exhaust tailpipes and whatnot. The best part about the customization is anyone can do it. Even the roadside mechanic you avoided locking eyes with. And these are the normal customizations we are talking about. Royal Enfield has a whole separate event of its custom motorcycles. For details, click the link above and have a look. The price and resale value. The one motorcycle which demands a close to market price even when it is being sold as used one is Royal Enfield. To put things in perspective, a standard Royal Enfield 350 bought for Rs 1,30,000 will still sell for Rs 1 lakh after usage of proper maintenance of 5 years. For the Royal Enfields with a cast iron engine block, the price go even higher, sometimes surpassing the actual price of the motorcycle. And finally, to sum it up, in the automobile market of today, everyone knows what a Royal Enfield is. With the sales numbers smashing records after records, it's easily one of the most sought after motorcycles in Indian motorcycle market right now. Even though there is a massive fan base on the retro style motorcycle, the Royal Enfield also makes one of the strongest motorcycle in the world.